The morning rush at the corner cafe was as ordinary as any other, baristas calling out orders, the hiss of steaming milk, the quiet hum of conversations blending into background noise. Daniel stood in line wearing his Navy security uniform, shoulders slightly slumped from the weight of a long night shift. He had spent the past 12 hours guarding a construction site downtown, surviving on vending machine snacks and determination. All he wanted now was a strong cup of coffee before heading home to his small apartment and the life that waited there, laundry, bills, and the quiet ache of doing everything alone. As the line shuffled forward, he noticed a woman ahead of him patting her purse, her expression shifting from calm to distressed. She was elegant, composed, dressed in a simple white blouse and tailored skirt, the kind of woman who looked like she had her life perfectly arranged. But in that moment, her hands trembled slightly. "I'm so sorry," she whispered to the barista, her cheeks flushing. "I must have left my wallet in the car." The people behind Daniel sighed impatiently. Someone muttered about holding up the line. The woman stepped aside, embarrassed, ready to give up her drink and disappear into the morning crowd. Without thinking, Daniel stepped forward. "I've got it," he said simply, placing a few bills on the counter. She turned to him, surprised. "Oh no, I couldn't possibly, it's just coffee," he shrugged. "We've all had mornings like that." She hesitated, then offered a grateful smile that seemed to light up the dim cafe more than the hanging bulbs above. "Thank you. That's very kind of you." They moved aside to wait for their drinks, an awkward silence settling between them. Daniel wasn't used to talking to women like her. His world revolved around night shifts, overtime, and sending money to his younger sister for college tuition. But something about her presence felt calm, genuine. "I'm Daniel," he said finally. "Elena," she replied, her voice soft but confident. They exchanged small talk, about the unpredictable weather, about how mornings never seemed long enough. When their drinks were called, she looked at him again, as if memorizing his face. "I won't forget this," she said. He chuckled lightly. "It's just coffee." She tilted her head slightly. Sometimes small things aren't small at all. Then she left, disappearing into a sleek black car parked outside. Daniel assumed it belonged to her husband or boyfriend. He didn't think much of it as he walked home under the pale sunlight. To him, it was a simple act, $5 and a moment of kindness. But for Elena, it was something entirely different. What Daniel didn't know was that Elena wasn't just another customer rushing through her day. She was Elena Laurent, the newly appointed CEO of a powerful tech investment firm that had recently acquired half the properties in the neighborhood, including the very construction site Daniel guarded each night. She had built her reputation quietly, preferring to observe rather than announce her presence. That morning, she had purposely left her wallet behind. Not as a trick, not as a test for attention, but as a reminder to herself of something her late father used to say: "If you want to understand the heart of a city, watch how strangers treat each other." And Daniel had unknowingly passed that silent test. Over the next few days, Elena returned to the cafe at the same hour. Each time, Daniel was there after his shift. At first, their conversations were brief. But gradually, they grew longer. She asked about his work. He told her about the night patrols, about the stray dog he secretly fed behind the construction fence, about his dream of someday opening a small security company of his own. He never complained about the long hours or the low pay. He simply spoke with quiet determination. Elena listened carefully, struck by the sincerity in his words. Most people treated her differently when they learned who she was, either overly impressed or cautiously strategic. But Daniel didn't know. To him, she was just Elena, the woman who once forgot her wallet. One evening, as Daniel was finishing his shift, a sleek car pulled up to the construction site. Elena stepped out, this time in a tailored suit that carried unmistakable authority. Daniel blinked in confusion. "Elena." She smiled, though her eyes searched his face for any sign of anger. "I suppose I owe you more than coffee now." Behind her, a team of executives stepped out, surveying the site. That was when it hit him. The whispers about the new CEO. The acquisition. The rumors of restructuring. "You own this project?" he asked slowly. "I oversee it," she corrected gently. "And I've been overseeing you." His chest tightened. So this was what? Some kind of experiment? "No," she said firmly. It was a reminder. You reminded me that integrity still exists without cameras, without applause. She paused. I'm restructuring the company's local operations. And I need someone to lead on-site security across all new developments. Someone honest. Someone who looks out for people even when no one's watching. Daniel stared at her, stunned. You're offering me a promotion. I'm offering you an opportunity, she said. The rest is up to you. In that moment, Daniel realized that $5 had changed his life. Not because he expected anything in return, but because he acted without expecting it. Weeks later, Daniel stood in a tailored suit of his own, overseeing a team triple the size he once worked with. Yet he still visited the same cafe every morning. And every now and then, when someone fumbled for their wallet or looked overwhelmed by life, he quietly stepped forward and said the same words, "I've got it." Because he had learned something powerful, that kindness is never just about money. It's about character. And character has a way of being seen by the right people at the right time. If this story touched your heart and reminded you that even the smallest act of kindness can transform a life, make sure you subscribe to the channel and join our growing community. You never know, the next story might be the one that changes your perspective forever.